One of these two sides will be going to meet the Brumbies in the 2017 Super Rugby Final. Will it be the Highlanders, three-time back-to-back-to-back champions who slipped up in their final outing of the round robin that destroyed their chance of a perfect season? Or possibly the Blues did not beat the Highlanders in regular season but did in pre-season and have kept in touch with them throughout the whole year. This is who it's between an all-New Zealand derby and semi-final number 2 of the Super Rugby competition. Hello everyone and welcome along to Cornflakes Trivia, home of Rugby Challenge 2 and the Highlanders career mode, where it is semi-final time for the Highlanders. Here in 2017 it has been a fantastic season. The Highlanders have destroyed everyone who's come up against them, and yet they are here, semi-final number 2. The Brumbies have already booked their spot, and the team here, the Highlanders, lost last weekend, or 2 weekends ago, to the Hurricanes, who finished about 4th in the New Zealand Conference, losing their final round robin match. How will that affect their confidence? Will they come out of that on top? It's all questions that will be answered. It was 28-14, the final score in that match. It was a B team, you could possibly argue, and the Highlanders have really pulled out all the stops here and pulled out their best side on the field. Look through this team just quickly and there is international players everywhere. This is a fantastic Highlanders team, and this is the best that they can muster for what is, at the moment, their most important fixture. Well, the Blues and the Highlanders, this is an absolute stunning conflict between these two sides. They have gone at each other 3 times so far this season. The Blues thrashing the Highlanders in pre-season, the Highlanders pipping them twice in regular play, and now just almost as if it was destiny for these two sides to meet in the semi-final to decide who will represent New Zealand in the grand final against the Brumbies from Australia. Now, the Blues had to go through that repechage preliminary final match, whatever you want to call it. They took out the Reds there quite easily, 31-16. That was Australia's second hope. It has not come good for them, and so it will be New Zealand versus Australia one way or another in this grand final. They've played well this season, the Blues. You cannot argue with how they've gone. They got second in the New Zealand Conference and were really right on the coattails of the Highlanders. Could have been the top qualifiers had they performed one of those matches in the regular season against the Highlanders. But it is all here now to play for the Blues. Benji Marshall, once again, he'll be the key man at inside centre if he can really conjure up his backs and see what he can make for this Blues side. It is the Blues who are playing in the white strips today, as this is a home match technically for the Highlanders. Forsyth Bar Stadium, we're set to go. Ref blows the whistle and Benji Marshall gets semi-final number 2 underway. Armitage finds some space out wide very quickly for Robinson. Back in field for North, and here come the Highlanders. North changes directions and gives it away to Stewart, and we've got advantage for a forward pass from Barotu straight away. Well, there's a fast start. We've seen it from the Highlanders time and time again, but they just get that mistake right at the end. Crouch. Robinson and North looking in field, trying to find some support, cutting back in. It was a good play. Just about come right for them. The Blues get a good scrum on here. This is where they'll look to put on the pressure. Right in the forward pack. That's a good hit, and the Blues get it back. Willison, interesting choice at 9. He gets the pass. Nice there, landed Trenier. And he slips it away to Marshall. Midway, halfway. Oh, goodness me! Wow, they were just about at the halfway line, and Warburton has absolutely hung them out to dry. Wow, what an amazingly punishing tackle that is. Blues with a big chance here to get themselves upfield. Marshall will kick for touch, and Savia will catch it over the line. Wow, this is a really star-studded side here for the Highlanders. It's hard to imagine that they would even dream of losing, but you just never know. This day and age, Parsons will throw into the line, and it's a big Beautifully pulls it in. One South African may be in a final at least. As Robinson goes deep to Williams. Williams draws, and he goes to Savia. Savia puts it high. Chase comes in from Folau. Outside centre tonight. Oh, the high ball is a specialty, but he was nowhere near that one as S.4 helps out Warburton.
Release.
Takes down the Blues attack very quickly. To left side for Braid.
Release.
No way through there for Braid, the open side flanker. It's, oh goodness me, another one. And again it's Warburton. Wow, his influence has been very detrimental to the Highlanders' progress so far in this match. 2 high tackles, yet he's still on the field. The ref not deeming either of those to be yellow card worthy just yet. And Marshall gets him out of trouble. The Blues smash that one up towards halfway. Good kick. Well, just over halfway in the end. 5-man line out here for the Blues. Parsons will throw on. They lost the last one and they'll lose this one. Aaron Smith away for Armitage. Look at the Highlanders going wide. Robinson. Oh, desperate pass to Williams. And the Blues get it back. Now this is dangerous. Broken play for the Blues as North has trouble. But a beautiful tackle on Barotu. Well, North has forced that knock on. Let's see it there. Yeah, high tackle right around the ball.
Crouch.
And he squeezes it out.
Crouch.
Knock on from Barotu.
Sit.
Good defence from North. But the scrums here, the Highlanders are 0-1. The line-out's going well for them, but the scrums, the Blues have just noses in front here. It is 0-0 here in the semi-final. As Moen picks up off the scrum, looks left side, Williams straightens things up, draws into defence, big pass out wide, Folau, he'll take the tackle, give it all, Savia, all he had to do was catch it, he was looking far too front of himself, as his ball to the Blues, and Stewart. Wow, the Highlanders have butchered a couple of really big chances here as Kaino goes himself down the short side and the Highlanders might turn this over. Yeah, they do. This is good work. Savia making up. Oh, intercepted. Oh, and Moen. Monstrous tackle and a turnover from the number 8. Here's Williams. Nice ball over the top. It's George North. Still got Robinson. Second highest try scorer of the season. Gets back to Aaron Smith. Back he goes to S.4 and John S.4. Try number 3. That's his 3rd of the season. Wow, he's such a massive asset as John S.4. We've seen some spectacular tries. This one, it was all about support. There's North for the corner. Look for Robinson. Robinson looked for Aaron Smith. Then they switched back again. And the defence just did not shift back in time. S.4 gunned it for the corner. And he gets the opening try of this semi-final. Well, you'd think North... That was a great tackle on North, and Robinson really shut them down. Marshall was out there with Halai. But in the end, no one could stop the big prop. Such a versatile player. On the loose head side tonight, capable of playing on the tight and, of course, at hooker. So all points vital here. Robinson lines up conversion attempt number 1. It's close. It's just shaving wide. Oh, hands are in the air from Robinson, and rightfully so. He has missed out on some vital points here for the Highlanders. Well, it's 5-0, half an hour gone. Anyone's match still. The Blues know how to score tries. Don't count them out yet. As Marshall kicks off and, oh, S.4 is there. Goal is picked up. The Blues get it back. Covered party away to Trenier. And it's eventually to Stewart who goes into the tackle. And it's the beef turns him over. Goes to Folau. Folau puts a pedal down. He's looking for a support out wide. Gets it to North. And North's in a race. He's up against Barotu. They won't catch him. Neither will Piatau. And George North goes in. The Highlanders get 2 in just 5 minutes. Oh, that's something special from the Welshman. George North skids in down the right-hand wing. That is special. Look at this up against this opposite number. Got a little head start. Piatau had the speed. Quickest man on the park tonight. Charles Piatau, the fullback for the Blues, but could not stop George North. There's the head start. That's all he needed. Piatau, all he could do was force him to the corner. And the Highlanders grab another. That is their second now. And now they look a bit better off. Time and possession, territory as well, is paid off finally for the Highlanders. As now they'll start looking towards half-time. And Robinson would love to get this one over. He missed one very similar spot just moments ago. This time there's no mistake. And Robbie Robinson adds the extras. It's 12-0 Highlanders over the Blues, who have yet to push a punch. I don't think they'll go well any minutes though, the Blues, without firing some shots. It'll be a real disappointment if they don't. Kickoff again goes up and one. Franks has knocked that on. Wow, here's a chance that the Blues would like. Slipped it back in field for Peter Saeli. Short run. Shrenier goes inside to Kavubati. And now the Highlanders look to the ball, to the right, to the breakdown, and Braid beautifully slips his ball off to Halai. But he's taken down in a good tackle. Julian Savia equal to the task. Now they look left again. It's Marshall. Big ball wide. Finds some support and inside it goes again to Trenier. And he goes to ground. No way through there. Good defence. Highlanders. Kavubati runs in Mullen. Now switching. Stewart's outside to Halai. Oh, goodness me. That is a real bone rattler. That is a huge cruncher. Fred Halai up against Julian Savia. Two big men. And an absolute monstrous hit from Savia puts Halai into touch. And we have half-time in semi-final number 2. At this point in stage of the match, it will be the Highlanders with their 12-0 lead, who are favourites to go forward to that grand final. Their fourth successive grand final, I should say. A possibility to win 4 consecutive titles. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves just yet. There is still half a match here to go. And let's have a look at some quick stats before we get back to the action here. Possession, look at this, 50-50 at the moment. The Blues have had an equal share of the ball, yet they trail 12-0. Territory again fairly even, 45-55. Handling errors 4-3, both sides making a couple of errors. And the tackle count, Highlanders 9 tackles up, 29-20. But the penalties started the Highlanders off poorly. The Blues did not take advantage, and they paid the price since, with the Highlanders begging 2 tries around the half-an-hour mark that has given them a nice steady lead at the half-time break. It is half-time at semi-final number 2 here at Forsyth Bar Stadium. The Highlanders at home and leading this semi-final 12-0 over the nemesis of recent seasons and this season, the Blues, who have come to play but yet to really throw any punches out there on the field. Let's get back down to the action in the second half. Players about coming back out in the field to kick things off. Well, we've seen some real thrilling matches between the Blues and the Highlanders. Will this be another one of them? It's 12-0 as the ref calls time, and we're back underway. Second half of the semi-final. Oh, it's left alone. Big mistake as a Fuller goes just a metre or 2 short. It's ball back for Warburton. Robbie Robinson. Oh, good tackle. Folau picks up, and Folau goes backwards. Good save there. Aaron Smith, he's still got Savia, and Julius Savia plants it down. Well, there's an instant hit for you straight after the break, and that just confirms the Highlanders really are in the box seat now. Oh, that was well played there from Israel Folau. Had to secure that ball, and he did the job beautifully, but look at that. Savia instantly planting that down. Robinson thought he was there. Fuller thought he was there as well the phase before. But in the end, it was the sneaky little run from Aaron Smith that got the job done. Feeding is outside. Julian Savia, the 2 All Blacks combining to find themselves in with another try. So here is Robinson, one of the few international players in this Highlanders squad, let alone the starting 15. He'll line up his 3rd conversion of the night. Opposite side of the park, and that is a steaming kick. That was hot, and that is 2 points. It's 19-0. The Blues fading without a trace here. Marshall's given the side chances, but they've failed to convert anything of any note so far. Mistake off that kickoff could well cost them as he kicks back off. Warburton gives to Williams. Oh, and Sonny Bill. He's been elusive, but still they've contained him well as here's Flau. Flau away from Stewart. Finds outside to North. North, oh, what an absolute punishing shoulder from George North. Gets swamped into touch, but what a hit there on Piatow. 5-man line out again for the Blues. Their line out has been horrid. Will it fix up here in the second half? Parsons hits his man, and Carter, a real line-out target, finds a lane to Shrinier, who slips it wide. Stewart, really a go-to man on this Blues back line. Gets out of the 22. Sailey, no way through for Peter Sailey, and the Blues desperately keen to hang on. Do so just. Kavubati. Big pass wide. Barutu. Again Stewart. Stewart looks to step north, and he gets taken in a heap. Defence holding. Parsons. Away it goes. Barutu switches play. And Famuina finds his way upfield a couple of metres. Still with the Blues. Nice run from Willison. As advantage the Blues offside against the Highlanders. Surely that's the call. As now they get a bit of space. Oh, Stewart and Sanver again, but it's Halai. Halai hits the gap, and they put it inside. There's a big chance. Oh, and a big tackle. This time it's Afoa riding high on the tackle. Up around the neck again. Now this is decision time. I don't think the Blues can afford to go for 3 here. They've got to go for the corner, and that's the call. And what a kick. Wow. What a kick from Benji Marshall. Well, they look good there, the Blues. They were linking nicely as they look for a full line out now. Parsons getting a bit more involved. Oh, he's lost that. It's gone to Retallick. And Robbie Robinson. Oh, he looked to kick over the top, but he's taken too long. But luckily for him, supporters there in numbers for the blue jerseys. Oh, look at this. Flau through the dummy. Oh, that was close. That was really close to being something special. Flau was deep to kick, and the air just popped it up to Moen, who found a big bit of space. Chances are plenty. The Blues get another option here. Now they go to the front. Kavabati slips it down, finally gets a line out take. And the Highlanders pile in and charge backwards. Left side, Shrinier. Slipping in for Marshall. Marshall's in behind, and he'll set up the try. The Blues are in finally. Wow, they took their time to score that try, but they've finally got one down. Who is the mystery man here? It's Frank Halai. Well, put this all down to Benji Marshall. There he went. He went past Robertson and Williams, and then put the step on around Ben Smith. Could have gone himself as well. Watch the silky smooth footwork from Benji Marshall. Around one of the best defenders. Should have gone himself. Would have easily held off the tackle of Sonny Bill Williams, I'd think. But did the unselfish thing. Gave it away to Halai. And I don't think this match is quite done yet, folks. 2 points should be easy ones here for Marshall, which they are. 14 minutes remain. Can the Blues hit back straight away? Get another try. Get themselves back in the semi-final. It's all about a win. No one cares how many tries were scored. No one cares how they were scored. All that comes down to is the winner is Robinson. Guilty of a bit of poor defence in that last play. Kicks off, and Stewart is held up and driven backwards. Now the Blues release it. They look to their backs. Kavabati slips out. Famuina back in field for Braid. Slipping it in and out and everywhere. Has a good run from Marshall. Release. Eventually gets it away to Braid again. Willison, oh, big tackle from Moen on Willison. Now there's Savea, and Savea's in. Oh no, he's gone back to Williams. Williams will do it himself. There's the try! Well, I think Xavier was looking maybe outside him. It doesn't matter in the end, because Sonny Bill Williams has got the try. He had two men outside. Watch this. Mowing the turnover. What an inspired choice he is. He was looking to just feed it out there. Who was? It was Falau and it was Robinson. Waiting on the touchline. It would have been an easy trot in, but what was Xavier thinking? He went deep. Sonny Bill, there he is, back there. Well, look at that. You have to credit Xavier. He actually was driven back into the field of play. So, if he'd gone himself, could have been forced back in. That is an inspired decision from Xavier to put that pass away. And in the end, results in the try. That just puts them further out now. As time is ticking, it looks like the Blues are definitely done and dusted, as there are some very, very sad and, well, what else can you call it, but very depressed looking players behind those sticks. They know their result. They know their fate. Semi-finalists again, the Blues. Marshall has been great this season, but he's just been not good enough to take out this Highlanders side. As Falau's through again. He slips on field to North. Oh, forward. Don't tell me he's going to do it. No, he's got Williams. Gives away to Robinson. Robinson's got plenty of speed, and he will scamper into the corner. Another one for the Highlanders. Wow, that is just supreme play from the Highlanders, and this is them back at their best. Watch this from our forward. Goodness me, he's got some skills. Williams of the pass. He had Halai breathing down his neck, but look at this from Robinson. Plenty of speed and acceleration. We've seen some high points from him in the past seasons. Not really his year this year completely, but he scored some absolute screamers. And he is probably, I think at this stage, the second highest try scorer in the team, equal with that one. Patrick Osborne and Robbie Robinson both now on 8. As this semi-final looks to be done and dusted, here's a conversion, and here is the finalists. It'll be the Highlanders. Robbie's waiting for the official whistle. 33-7, and there it is. Here are your finalists. It will be the Highlanders travelling to face the Brumbies. The top two teams after pool play will meet in the grand final. It is the Highlanders and the Brumbies. What a season it's been. We are down to just 2. One from Australia, one from New Zealand. What an absolute cracker of a semi-final this was. 33-7. The final score. Tries for Afoa, Robinson, Xavier, Williams and North. Robinson 4 from 5 from the kicking tee. As for the Blues, boy, they really played well for most of the match, but only getting one try through Frank Halai. It was all created from the conversion taker, Benji Marshall. Boy, he was something else tonight as well with the ball that he actually did get. He's a good player, but the Blues just could not rally around him. Their defence, not good enough. Second half kickoff, not claiming that was their demise, and it set them off in the second half horribly after just about thinking they were still in the match. The Highlanders, well, quickly dispelled that and scampered away to a very, very easy 26-point victory. So here are the full-time stats, and the Highlanders they come away with everything in the second half, didn't they? All the possession, even took out territory. Line breaks 10-3. The Blues, well, they were in it at half-time. They've really fallen off the pace. 3 high tackles, but look, only 6 handling errors and the Blues with 3. That's decent from the Highlanders. They'll be pleased with how they played tonight. The A-team is back, and they have one last hit out before possibly we could be losing some valued members to retirement. That is for another day, but first, let's celebrate and get into the grand final against the Brumbies. Let's check out their fixture as we wrap up. So there is a situation. It is grand final of Super Rugby for 2017. The two best teams in the competition. The Highlanders travelling to Canberra Stadium to face the Brumbies. Now, interestingly enough, we have 3 news items in the inbox. I'm unsure what they are, so let's have a look. It is just international call-up, so here we go. Ep.23 has been selected for South Africa, and we have a whole host of players selected for New Zealand. S.4, Aaron Smith, Julian Savia, Ben Smith, and Sonny Bill Williams. So, interesting that there's no Falau in Australia, no Moore in Australia either. That's very confusing stuff for the international selections, but there we go. That is after the grand final, so do not fear. We still have all those players for the grand final match. And of course, Highlanders have qualified for the 2017 Super Rugby grand final after thrashing the Blues 33-7 at Forsyth Bar Stadium last night. So the players are celebrating, and as you'd expect, they're all pretty happy. Ben Smith, the captain, has a lot to say. But there we go, that is it, semi-final complete. The Highlanders are in the final once again, their 4th consecutive final. Can they make it 4 consecutive trophies? That'll be next time. Thank you for tuning and watching. Hope you're enjoying the series, and let me know who we should put out to start for the final. Didn't get any subs out today, which is a bit of a shame. People like Osborne and that in the running for top try scorer. Maybe definitely get some game time in the grand final as well. So that is my time for today. Thank you for tuning in and watching, and I'll see you next time for the grand final, and then it is the fun of contracts as another season wraps up. So until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.